Hey, I'm Dusky Grouse, and I am a trained ornithologist, and I love board games, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to build efficient and productive turns in Wingspan, how to get eggs, and to get cards and food all in one turn. Now this video is for people who already know how to play Wingspan and who are looking to improve their strategies. We all know that you can get food from your forest, eggs from your grassland, and cards from your water. But if you play the right birds in the right habitat, then you'll be able to get all three of those resources from one habitat. In this grassland example, in addition to getting the eggs from activating the grassland row, you also get food from your indigo bunting and crow, and you get some cards from your killdeer. You can use this strategy in any habitat. It just depends on finding the right birds. Here are all the North American birds that can get you alternate resources in different habitats. For example, these are the birds that lay eggs while activating your forest. And here are the birds that can draw cards while in your forest. The birds are also rated on their value based on the number of resources they can get you, whether you must swap another resource, or whether other players also gain resources. I'm going to break down the strategy for each habitat, but I'll start with the grassland habitat, which is the best habitat for this strategy. One reason it's the best habitat is because some top tier birds can be played in this habitat, in addition to just the general value of eggs being higher than food and cards at the end of the game. There are a lot of birds that get you food in the grassland. Everyone knows that the ravens are the best cards in the game. When played in the grassland, you can use freshly new eggs to pay for any two food types. These cards are so OP that I sometimes remove them from the deck to keep games interesting. The spotted towhee, indigo bunting, and red-headed woodpecker are the next best cards to gain food in your grassland. The spotted towhee is the better of the three because you get a guaranteed food from the supply, whereas there must be a food available in the bird feeder to use the bunting and woodpecker. The crows are like nerfed ravens. It's nice to choose any one food from the supply, but swapping in an egg can get expensive. These 5 birds give you food in your grassland, but they also benefit everyone else, which is hard to watch. Despite the forced altruism, I like using these cards, especially early in the game. The dark-eyed junco and cedar waxwing can also get you food in your grassland, but you have to trade in a card. It's rare that I have a spare card on hand, so this can be a costly trade-off. The junco and waxwing are best used in a game when you can generate a lot of cards. These are the only 2 birds that allow you to draw cards in your grassland, the Franklin's gull and killdeer. Besides the ravens, this gull and the killdeer are the next best cards in the game. When played in your grassland, you can use newly laid eggs to pick up a lot of cards. Next, let's talk about the forest. This is the most fun engine for me to build, but you need the right cards. There are 6 birds that can lay eggs from your forest, but in order to be successful in your forest, you'll need the pileated woodpecker, chipping sparrow, mourning dove, or California quail. The woodpecker is the only way to get 2 eggs, but you have to stomach the fact that others might get an egg too if they have a cavity nester. The sparrow and dove are fantastic early draws because they cost only 1 food, whereas it can take a minute to get the expensive quail on the board and start laying. You can also get eggs from the bush tit and common grackle in your forest, but you have to tuck a card. Cards are hard to come by when running an engine in your forest, so the bush tit and grackle aren't my favorite. The only way you can get cards in your forest is the wood duck. So if you're hoping to run your forest, then you'll need the duck. It's difficult to win the game while running the strategy in the water, but it is possible if you have the right cards. The common raven will help you get any 2 foods of your choice, but when you play the raven in the water, you don't regularly get the eggs needed to fuel its power, like when you play it in the grassland. With that caveat though, it's still the best food generator that you can play in your water habitat. The red-headed woodpecker isn't as good as the raven, but it will help you get a free seed if it's in the feeder. These 5 birds will get you and every other player some food. You'll recognize most of them from when we talked about the grassland habitat, except for the osprey. The black-crowned night heron and crows can also get you a food of your choice in your water, but at the cost of 1 precious egg. In order to lay eggs from your water, the mourning dove is an inexpensive bird to play early in the game, and it doesn't require you to sacrifice a resource. That being said, the preferred egg layers for me to play in your water are the bush tit, the common grackle, the red-winged blackbird, and the yellow-headed blackbird. It's nice to get that extra point by tucking a bad card in exchange for the egg. Having just described the birds to get you alternate resources in each habitat, I'm now going to talk about some other birds that will help boost your strategy. The most valuable birds to mention are the mimics. The gray catbird and northern mockingbird can be played in any habitat and will repeat brown powers of the other birds in that row. This allows you to double the potential of your resource collector cards. Playing these pink egg layers while running the strategy from your forest or your water is a great way to get extra eggs. There are also cards that allow you to swap resources. The green heron played in the water will allow you to trade in any food for any other food in the supply. The tuckers, when played in your forest and grassland, will allow you to draw cards and earn you a point in the process with the tucked card. These are some examples of good habitat arrangements that will give you good turn efficiency. In this forest example, you will get 3 food by activating the row, draw cards with your wood duck, swap a card if you didn't like one of those cards with your robin, lay an egg with your sparrow, and use your catbird to repeat any of those other powers. In the grassland example, you will get 4 eggs from activating the row, you will get another egg by tucking an extra card, you'll gain a seed from your towhee, you'll get 2 cards from your gull, and 2 food from your raven. I find it helpful to have an egg layer like the bush tit in the grassland, especially because your gull and raven consume lots of eggs to activate their power. In this water example, you'll be able to draw 3 cards by activating the row, tuck one of those cards to get an egg with your bush tit, discard that egg to get 2 food from your raven, and then lay another egg. You can also repeat any of those powers with the mockingbird. One of my favorite parts about Wingspan is that for each bird card, there's an actual living bird in the wild in North America. One of the greatest threats to these birds are outdoor domestic cats, feral or people's pets. 2.4 billion birds are killed each year by these outdoor cats. So please do your part, keep your outdoor cat inside, and help your communities remove feral cats from the ecosystem. If you want more information about this phenomenon, please click the ABC Birds link below. I hope this video was helpful to make your turns efficient and productive. If you'd like to see more videos, please like and subscribe. You can also follow my Twitch page where I'll be playing live stream games. All the links can be found below. Thank you, bye!